Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John Shake Gaming on the mic here, getting ready for another episode of the Cincinnati Royals on NBA 2K21. And we got ourselves an important matchup, man. We are taking on the Boston Celtics. And essentially, whoever wins this game is going to end up with the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. So a huge game for both teams to have home court advantage no matter what happens, as it's officially underway. And Jason Tatum actually starts off with an air ball, so a huge L there. And Ron Valabidi, he's able to go ahead and go the other way with it early on, so early advantage for Cincinnati. But you can tell that both teams are also kind of nervous, as Josh Green also ends up missing a corner three. That was wide open for two, by the way, so you hate to see it, but it's been a pretty close game, pretty even game so far overall, as Valabidi gets his second rebound of the game. He's going to take it to the corner as well. Josh Green doesn't miss 2 times in a row, at least not open, and so we got a good one going here. 4-point games in favor of the Cincinnati Royals. As we go to Josh Green again, he's pulling up on Kemba Walker, and he gets that one to go too. Josh Green out here feeling himself early, and so a 21-15 game. Close for both teams too on top of it, as we have a timeout called on the Boston Celtics. And so things remain tight. I just burped. That's sexy. 6-point game now as Marcus Smart, he drives in for the mid-ranger. Danger, it's no good. Tony Bradley even getting the rebound, gets it to Grant Williams, who ends up being fouled in the process. Looks like Josh Smith is going to be called for that foul. So 4-point game for Cincinnati, as Henrik Stevenson tries to lay it up, but that's no good though, as Donnie Avdija tries to lay it up himself and is fouled by Derrick Jones Jr. And that's going to bring it back to a 2-point game for the time being. And after a Cincinnati bucket, former Cincinnati Royal Robin May trying the mid-ranger. Danger, it's no good. And so Grant Williams, he's going to take it up, gets it out to Malik Beasley, and he lays it up, and it is good. 6-point game though for Cincinnati. Malik about to make it 9, and he misses. I thought he was going to make that free. I really did. But that's why he's coming off the bench, because he can't make it with as much consistency as Josh Green does. And so that turns into 2 points for Boston, as Stevenson tries to hit a mid-ranger Danger himself. And that's no good. So Boston with an opportunity to tie. Robin May getting it out to Donnie Avdija, but gets his own rebound though and gets the second chance bucket. And so that's how this first quarter ends though. Pretty close game for both teams. Both teams definitely want to go ahead and fight for, an opportunity to go, and have that #1 seed. It's a 2-point game, 30-28. Second quarter coming up very shortly. Let's see how the second quarter turns out for both squads. Alright, man, so welcome to the second quarter, as Jeremy Grant actually going to get in on the action. He gets his first points of the game. A 2-pointer for right in the paint. Been nice athletic power forward for us that we've added over the course of last offseason. And so it's now 32-28. Valabidi trying to go one-on-one. They're already double teaming, and Donnie Avdija gets the turnover as well, trying to contest on top of it. And it turns 2 points the other way. They're not going to allow Ron Valabidi to go off on this Celtics squad, man. So scoring definitely needs to come from other teams, as Valabidi does end up getting a rebound for us. But in transition, though, Valabidi is an absolute problem, as a double team cannot get to him in time. And the Celtics have to go ahead and take a timeout to think about it a little bit more, as it's a 6-point game. Kemba Walker trying to hit the step back Kemba, but this is not UConn Kemba Walker anymore, as Tyrese Halliburton puts Kemba Walker on the skates, and you can see why he's ice cold. Gets another 3-pointer dropped on his head. 43-34 in favor of the Royals, as now Kemba Walker is simply waiting for somebody to get open. Going one-on-one with Tyrese Halliburton. Jeremy Grant comes to help. And Tyrese Halliburton, he gets the rebound. And he's going to pull up twos. Bang! 3-point play for Tyrese Halliburton. The third-year pro going off in this one. He got that takeover badge, and you love to see that. As now, here comes Valabidi with the slam. What a 40. Going coast to coast. Not too many 7'1" guys have the ability to go about doing that. That's crazy. It's 50-38 now as Halliburton. He gets it to Valabidi. He gets the easy layup to go too. He can't just slam it down. He can also finish with layups as well, which is really cool to see as Valabidi tries to lay it up, but that's no good. And then can't even make the mid-range jumper again. The takeover badge not helping out this time around. And Kemba Walker able to go the other way with it and gets it to a 10-point game as Kemba going one-on-one with Tyrese Halliburton once again, trying to set up a little ISO. As Chan is actually going to try to set up a mid-ranger danger. That's no good. Valabidi gets the block. Defense trying to hold strong, but eventually Chan stays with it. And it's back to being a single digits ball game. As Blake Griffin, he's blocked by Robert Williams, the Texas A&M product. As Jaylen Brown, he's going to pass it to the corner, finding Marcus Smart, the Oklahoma State guy. And another corner free. He's been working on that 3-point jumper. He was always a great defender. And Boston's coming back into this game, trying to make it one possession in the midst of a scoring drought for Cincinnati. As Jason Tatum just puts Blake Griffin on a poster. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy out here. 5-point game now. As now Josh Green trying to set up the offense a little bit. Trying to go to Henrik Stevenson, who passes it to Blake Griffin, who finds his way to the basket. One that we needed badly. We haven't scored in the last couple of minutes before Blake Griffin finally got the lid off for us. You love to see that. So now 7-point game. Josh Green going to go ahead, trying to step back. No, gets it to Tony Bradley. But Enes Kanter is going to go block him. And so Boston with a chance to close out on this game, as well as Jaylen Brown. Mid-ranger danger brings it down to a 5-point game, as Boston is certainly on another run themselves. They are enjoying a 15-6 run that could only get bigger as Marcus Smith gets the steal and gets the and one as well. Henrik Stevenson couldn't do anything about it. So Marcus Smart, he's able to get the and one. It's back to a 2-point game as well, as they're just trying to get into the locker room at this point, but we're just playing sloppy here at the end of this first half. Jaylen Brown also with the takeover badge and gets the leaner to go on top of it. And that's going to end up tying this game on top of that. And that's how we go into the locker room as well. Not a good look for us to end this first half, as we're shooting really well from the field, but we're having more turnovers as well. And, you know, we got to clean things up, man, for sure. We, had a chance to really open this thing up in the second quarter, and instead we still have ourselves a ball game as they almost get another turnover on us, but Valabidi bails us out and eventually gets the second chance points to go. And, he's been really efficient with the time that he's played so far. Only played in 13 minutes thus far, but has 14 points. Michael Porter Jr. can do some things too. He pulls up for free, and that's good. So a 5-0 run to start the quarter, as Valabidi gets another rebound himself. He already has pretty close to a double-double, as Michael Porter Jr. throws it down once again, not wasting any time, just throwing it on the big man. And a 7-point game in favor of Cincinnati, as Jaylen Brown pulls from the mid-ranger danger. That's no good, but Valabidi getting the rebound, and now he has double-digit boards, or at least getting pretty close. I thought he had double-digit boards, but he still has 16 points and 7 rebounds, and that's pretty good for the amount of playing time that he actually gets, because most of the time, we don't even need him to play that many minutes because we've been so dominant over the course of the season. This might be a notable exception, though, as Josh Green, oh my goodness, on Enes Kanter. You'll love to see it. And it's now a 12-point game, as Kemba Walker trying to get some sort of momentum back, but he gets his ball stolen from him. Halliburton pulling up, and it's good. So 80-66 now. Kemba Walker absolutely ice cold. He's just simply trying to do too much right now as we get another turnover from Kemba Walker. He's just been falling apart this quarter. Jeremy Grant able to come in and get the easy bunny again. And because of that assist, Ron Valabidi, he got the takeover badge going, trying to take the teeth of the defense. Going on double team, and Malik Beasley wide butt naked open under the basket. He's able to get his second one to go. As Valabidi tries a step back three. He's trying to be cheesy with it, but it's not going to work this time around. But Valabidi gets his own board. Tries another mid-ranger danger. You know, Valabidi is a very good player, but he's not that good, I don't think. And allows a bucket the other way. Well, not a bucket, but still gets a foul called on him. Marcus Smart does make both free throws. As we try to get Valabidi going a little bit more, but you know, can't get that free ball to go. Sometimes with Valabidi, that is one weakness I want to work with him. Sometimes from three-pointer line, he is hit or miss, mostly miss. I think he's shooting under 30% from the three-point line. But that being said, you know, it's something we can still definitely work on with him. As Grant Williams running the fast break and gets it to Tyrese Halliburton, who takes it into the teeth of the defense and draws a foul. That puts Cincinnati back in the bonus. As a 76-96, a 20-point lead for the Royals. As they go to Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Halliburton trying to D up and gets some good defensive play. Another forced miss, and Tony Bradley able to get that one to go. Going one-on-one, coast to coast, and Halliburton called, you know, gets the foul call, and he's able to get both free throws to go as well. He's up to 28. That's crazy. And now Robin May, he misses once again. Not looking very good, although he has developed nicely. He's up to like the low 80s. So Boston Celtics did a really good job working with him. They might have won that trade, or we trade away Robert May in front of for Lamar Kersey, and also a first-round pick. But that hasn't really affected our team, though, to say the very least, is Tony Bradley trying to get another mid-range jumper to go. That's not happening for us for the time being. As Robin May in the corner gets it to Donnie Avdija, able to drive right past Malik Beasley, just putting in that baby work. And it's back to a 20-point ball game as we get to the closing phases here of this third quarter, as they move it around a little bit, trying to get something going before the final buzzer. As Chan, he can't finish over Josh Green, and now we can extend our lead as well. Going to Blake Griffin, who throws it down on two defenders. Blake Griffin may be 34 at this point in his career, but he still has the hops to throw it down occasionally. And we go into the final quarter of play. We're potentially just 10 minutes away from getting the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Fourth quarter is coming up. Let me see them fours, man. Let's get those fours going. Let's go, man. Let's get it. So fourth quarter now officially underway here, as now we get ready to get things rocking and rolling. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get this underway, as Kemba Walker actually gets a quality shot in for once. He's really struggled in this ball game, but you know, he gets that one to go, although that's a big reason why they're down so bad right now. And we've turned the ball over the other way, and there's some more early points for the Boston Celtics. Oh man, this could get really interesting. You know, we may have a 20+ point lead right now, but this is the NBA. Sometimes those leads aren't safe as much as they should be, as Robin May almost gets in a beautiful layup to go. That's no good there, as Josh Green, he pulls from the 3-point line, and he's pretty close to automatic. He's been phenomenal from 3 this season, and it's continued to show here today. We've got a 110-85 lead. Blake Griffin getting another rebound in the process. Gets it to Henrik Stevenson too, and he gets the layup to go. He's been a wonderful role player, Henrik Stevenson. Been loving how he's played. Been like a utility guard for us almost, and that's really awesome to see, as Boston still trying to get back into this thing. Robin May driving on Malik Beasley, drawing the defense too, but Jaylen Brown can't finish for him. You hate to see it. But Josh Green, though, he can, and he gets the green bean too. Let's go, baby. 118 to 89. As Malik Beasley gonna pass it out to Henrik Stevenson. Gonna go ahead and miss the shot. I thought he was gonna make it, but he definitely did not make it there. Gotta love the post-com life, you know. But Robin Main gets another bucket to go. He's now puts them down only 119 to 91. As now Jaleel Okafor is now in the game for the first time today. Draws a double team too on top of it. Gets the ball back as Moutier, he takes a quick free at the top of the key. Who's also getting his first minutes of the day. And it's just an ever-growing lead for Cincinnati. And at this point, you know, it's just, I feel like it might just be a formality, as well. Also will be interesting to see how many points that we can score before this game is over, as it looks like Isaiah Thomas, who was, you know, really beloved in Boston, he's back with the squad, but he's now like playing basically garbage time minutes when the game's already out of hand. So kind of a sad thing to see for Isaiah Thomas, because he was one of the more memorable players in the mid 2010s. But I mean, it is what it is though. And 128 to 97, you know, Boston, you know, they can still get to the 100 mark, and they might with this free, as Wagner had a good look at it too, but you know, he's sitting on the bench for a reason. Couldn't finish that shot. And also Isaiah Thomas is called for the foul. Manuel Moutier able to get both free throws too. So 130 to 97 as IT tries a free himself, but can't get that one to go. As now Grant Williams, he got trying to get something going here. He's pretty close to double-digit points, and he might get it on this one, and does. 11 points for Grant Williams. You love to see it for him, because we use him as mostly a defensive guy. He doesn't get very involved in the offense, but he's getting some work done here now, as he has his takeover badge turned on too. He's going to try to go coast to coast and draws the foul. Romeo Langford is the guy that they're going to call for that. And so Grant Williams, you know, he makes both free throws, and we're getting to the last minute, but want to see if we can get Grant Williams going a little bit more here. Try to pad those stat totals, because we're having fun out here in these streets. But he can't get that free to go. He's capable of making that 3-point shot. That's the crazy part. As Romeo Langford, he draws a foul on Josh Green, the Green Bean Machine, with a new contract. As we're getting close to the basically the last possession of the game. You know, probably the last shot we're going to take. Josh Green, or not Josh Green, but Grant Williams, he's going to go ahead, try to get that one to go. But that's just not how it is. But what is going to happen for us is we're going to end up winning this game. And we win big, 134 to 104, which means we will have the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. And now let's go ahead and check out the stats for our guys here in this ball game, man. Alright, man, so another great win for the Cincinnati Royals. Let's go ahead and check out the stats, man, see how we won this thing. Tyrese Halliburton, the 5th overall pick a few years back, he has a heck of a game again, 28 and 12 with a couple of steals as well. Also had some help from guys like Ron Valabidi, who almost had a double-double as well. He had 19 points and 8 rebounds as well, with 4 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Michael Porter Jr. had 15 points as well. Josh Green had 13. Grant Williams even cracked into the double digits. He had 13 points as well, with Blake Griffin dropping 12 out there on the court, and Henrik Stevenson dropping a 10 and 8 performance once again. Everyone just having a nice night, it seemed like. As for the Boston Celtics, again, nobody got to scored more than 20 points. The closest one was Jaylen Brown. He ended up with 19 points and 5 assists, which is not a bad game, but when we scores 19, not necessarily a good look. As for Marcus Smart, he had 16 points, with Kemba Walker with 15, though he was 7 for 24 from the field, so definitely not very impressive. Donnie Avdija had 14 points. Jason Tatum only had 10. Same thing with Mingyu Chan, who actually is a rookie from China. He was a 30th overall pick. He had a decent game. He had a double-double, 10 points, 10 boards. Robin May starting to come into his own, but didn't look too great here. He had 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. So there it is, guys. because of that win, and the Brooklyn Nets also lost, we go ahead and clinch the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. And we already know who we're going to play. We're going to play against the Orlando Magic when these playoffs officially start. As for the end of season's awards, we find out that Luka Doncic does win MVP once again. He had a heck of a year, man. 33 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists. Shot 53% from the field as well. A great player for the Dallas Mavericks for sure. We also find out the Rookie of the Year is Dane Sykes. He was the Australian drafted a couple years ago. His was stuck overseas but came over and did not disappoint. He wins Rookie of the Year for the Golden State Warriors. As for the Sixth Man of the Year, Jose Cortez. His rookie season from Grand Canyon, the 7'6" product, puts up 14 points, 8 rebounds from the bench. He had a great year as well. As for the Defensive Player of the Year, Giannis Antetokounmpo wins that. He had 1.5 steals and 2.5 blocks, but he also had a double-double as well. 24 points, 13 boards, and 6 assists. Elijah Payuski, I hope I said that correctly, but he had a breakout year, man. He last couple of seasons, was on the Miami Heat, and was kind of like stuck in their rotations, but he broke out with the Seattle Sonics. 15.5 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists as well. Did a little bit of everything. Granted, he wasn't very efficient throughout the course of the season. And then Taylor Jenkins, who I believe is the coach for the Minnesota Timberwolves, he wins Coach of the Year. Alright, so this is what the first teams are looking like. Luka Doncic, of course, is on here, but so is Stephen Curry, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Anthony Davis, and Bobo actually makes the list here as well. He had a heck of a year, man. 27 points and 17 rebounds. He did a lot for the Seattle Sonics, and he gets first team All-NBA honors as a result of that. On the second team, is highlighted by Damian Lillard, who was a guy we did try to trade for, but couldn't work out for us, followed by Trae Young, with Zion Williamson, LeBron James, and DeAndre Ayton rounding up the NBA All-Second team. For the third team, we have Killian Hayes, who's also on the Seattle Sonics, and same thing about Aleksej Podziemski. Again, 3 Seattle Sonics in the All-NBA team, so you love to see it, with Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and Karl Anthony Towns here as well. Over on the all-defensive first team, we have Ben Simmons, highlighting it with Dejounte Murray, Giannis Antetokounmpo, who won the Player of the Year, followed by Anthony Davis and Rudy Gobert. And then on the second all-defensive team, we had Lonzo Ball, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Jonathan Isaac, and Andre Drummond. As for the all-rookie first team, we had quite a few custom draft prospects. Jose Cortez, who did win 6th Player of the Year. Also included is Avery Sherman and Brian Kerrigan as well, who plays for the New York Knicks. Although it was Dane Sykes that won Rookie of the Year. And then on the all-rookie second team, we had Dakotas Patton, who played for the Orlando Magic, the 9th overall pick, getting the second all-team honors, with Silkander Sy, also a top 10 pick. He was a second-team player as well, as Gary McAdoo of the Indiana Pacers. He gets second-team all-rookie, the 16th overall pick, averaging 9 points and 7 rebounds a game. So here we go. The journey to the NBA Finals starts here. And to start things off, we have the Orlando Magic. They got some decent guys. They are led by Evan Fournier and Dakotas Patton, who helped them get them into the playoffs, with also Wendell Carter Jr., Nikolai Vucevic, Mohamed Bamba as well out here. Definitely a deep front court rotation that we're going to have to deal with, but I think we can definitely go ahead and expose their guards. We'll be interesting to see if we'll be able to do that, but it should be a good playoff series regardless. And if you're excited for it going forward, I need you guys to do me a favor, smash that like button, hit subscribe. You have to be brand new to the channel, and like what you see as well. This is John Shea Gaming on the mic signing off, but hoping you're all out there having a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.